The story of Joseph is a timeless tale, one that has been passed down through generations, capturing the imagination of countless people. It speaks of dreams and betrayal, of resilience and forgiveness, and of the incredible journey of a young man destined for greatness. Joseph, the 11th son of Jacob, was favored by his father Jacob, who loved him more than any of his other sons. This favoritism, however, bred resentment among his brothers, who could not understand why Joseph was given such special treatment. Even at a young age, Joseph experienced vivid prophetic dreams that seemed to hint at a future filled with promise and significance. These dreams, filled with symbolic imagery, hinted at his future greatness and the extraordinary path that lay ahead of him. One dream in particular showed sheaves of wheat bowing down to his own sheaf, a clear sign of his future prominence. Another depicted the sun, the moon, and 11 stars bowing to him, symbolizing his family members acknowledging his future authority. These dreams, interpreted as a sign of Joseph's future dominion, fueled his brother's envy and set in motion a chain of events that would change Joseph's life forever. Little did he know, these dreams were not just visions but glimpses into a destiny orchestrated by a power far greater than himself. Joseph's journey was only beginning, and the trials he would face would test his faith, strength, and character in ways he could never have imagined. Betrayed by his own brothers, Joseph was sold into slavery and taken to Egypt, a land foreign and unfamiliar to him. Despite the hardships, Joseph's resilience and unwavering faith saw him rise from a lowly slave to a position of great responsibility in the house of Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh. Even when falsely accused and imprisoned, Joseph's ability to interpret dreams brought him to the attention of Pharaoh, setting the stage for his ultimate rise to power. Through his wisdom and divine insight, Joseph interpreted Pharaoh's dreams, predicting 7 years of plenty, followed by 7 years of famine, and was appointed as the second most powerful man in Egypt. Joseph's early life and prophetic dreams were not just a prelude to his own greatness, but a testament to the power of faith, resilience, and the belief that even the most challenging circumstances can lead to extraordinary outcomes. Jealousy, a potent poison, began to consume Joseph's brothers. They plotted to eliminate the dreamer who threatened their perceived status. One day, finding Joseph alone in the fields, they seized their opportunity. Ripping his ornamented robe from his back, they threw him into a dry well, leaving him to his fate. Passing merchants seeking to profit from misfortune offered a solution. Joseph was sold into slavery, his dreams seemingly shattered. He was taken to Egypt, a land of ancient wonders and complex power structures. Completely unaware of the role he was destined to play in its history. Joseph's journey reminds us that even in the darkest moments, when hope seems lost, there exists a plan beyond our understanding. In Egypt, Joseph found himself in the service of Potiphar, a wealthy official. Potiphar was a man of great influence and power, and his household was one of the most opulent in the land. Joseph, though far from his homeland and family, was determined to make the best of his situation. Despite the injustice of his situation, Joseph remained diligent and trustworthy. He approached his duties with a sense of purpose and integrity, never allowing bitterness to cloud his judgment or work ethic. His dedication did not go unnoticed. He excelled in his duties, earning Potiphar's trust and admiration. Potiphar saw in Joseph a rare combination of skill, loyalty, and wisdom. He entrusted Joseph with greater responsibilities, making him overseer of his entire household. Under Joseph's management, the household flourished. However, fate, it seemed, had other plans. Just as Joseph's life seemed to be on an upward trajectory, a dramatic turn of events threatened to unravel everything he had worked for. Potiphar's wife, captivated by Joseph's handsome features and noble spirit, made advances towards him. She was persistent, attempting to seduce him on multiple occasions. But Joseph, mindful of his duties and moral compass, resisted her every time. Joseph, guided by his strong morals, refused her advances. He knew that succumbing to her would be a betrayal of Potiphar's trust and a violation of his own principles. His refusal was firm and unwavering despite the potential consequences. Scorned and vengeful, she accused him of assault. Her false accusations were driven by a mix of anger and humiliation, and she was determined to see Joseph punished for rejecting her. His pleas of innocence fell on deaf ears. Potiphar, though conflicted, felt compelled to believe his wife. The household staff and other officials were quick to judge, and Joseph found himself without allies. Joseph was thrown into prison, his integrity questioned, his spirit seemingly broken. The prison was a harsh and unforgiving place, a stark contrast to the life he had known in Potiphar's house. Yet, even in this dark and desolate place, Joseph's character remained unshaken. Yet, even in the depths of despair, Joseph clung to his faith, an unyielding belief in a just and merciful God. He prayed fervently, seeking strength and guidance, and his faith provided him with a sense of hope and resilience. This unwavering faith would prove to be his guiding light in the darkness. It was this inner light that kept him going, a beacon of hope that would eventually lead him to a brighter future, despite the trials he faced in the house of Potiphar. Section 4. Whispers of Destiny. Interpreting dreams in the depths of prison. Prison, a place of confinement and despair, became an unexpected stage for Joseph's gifts. Word spread of his ability to interpret dreams, a gift that transcended the prison walls. Two of Pharaoh's officials, the cupbearer and the baker, found themselves imprisoned alongside Joseph. Both troubled by strange dreams, they sought Joseph's counsel. Joseph, drawing upon his connection to the divine, interpreted the dreams with astounding accuracy. The cupbearer, he foretold, would be restored to his position. The baker, however, would face a grim fate. Joseph's interpretations proved true. This act of dream interpretation, though seemingly insignificant within the prison walls, would become his unlikely ticket to freedom. Section 5. From prisoner to viceroy, deciphering Pharaoh's dreams and rising to power. This is the remarkable journey of Joseph, a man who rose from the depths of despair to the heights of power in ancient Egypt. Pharaoh, the mighty ruler of Egypt, was troubled by a series of vivid dreams that left him restless and anxious. These dreams were not ordinary. They were filled with powerful symbols and omens that he could not understand. He dreamt of 7 healthy cows, robust and well-fed, grazing peacefully by the Nile. But then these healthy cows were suddenly devoured by 7 sickly, gaunt cows, a sight that was both disturbing and perplexing. In another dream, Pharaoh saw 7 healthy ears of grain, full and golden, swaying gently in the breeze. These were followed by 7 withered, thin ears of grain, scorched by the east wind, which consumed the healthy ones. His advisors, the wisest men in the land, were baffled and unable to provide an answer. They debated and discussed, but no one could decipher the meaning of these troubling dreams, leaving Pharaoh increasingly distressed and desperate for clarity. Then the cupbearer, who had once been imprisoned with Joseph, remembered the young Hebrew who had accurately interpreted his own dream. He recounted his prison encounter with Joseph, the gifted interpreter, to Pharaoh. Pharaoh, desperate for answers and intrigued by the cupbearer's story, summoned Joseph from the depths of prison. Joseph, who had been languishing in a dungeon, was brought before the mighty ruler of Egypt. Joseph, guided by divine inspiration and with unwavering confidence, interpreted Pharaoh's dreams. He explained that the dreams were a divine warning of what was to come. He foretold that Egypt would experience 7 years of abundant harvest, a time of great prosperity and plenty, where the fields would yield bountiful crops and the granaries would overflow. However, these years of plenty would be followed by 7 years of devastating famine, a period of severe scarcity and hardship where the land would wither and the people would suffer. Pharaoh was deeply impressed by Joseph's wisdom and foresight. He recognized that Joseph possessed extraordinary abilities and a unique connection to the divine. In a grand ceremony, Pharaoh appointed Joseph as his viceroy, giving him authority over all the land of Egypt. Joseph was entrusted with the monumental task of preparing the nation for the coming years of famine. Joseph, now second in command of all Egypt, was given the power to implement his plans. He oversaw the collection and storage of surplus grain during the years of plenty, ensuring that the nation would survive the impending famine. Joseph, once a slave sold into bondage by his own brothers, now stood at the pinnacle of Egyptian society. His journey from prisoner to viceroy was a testament to his unwavering faith, resilience, and extraordinary talent.